given his favorable attention. Mr. Speaker, the attitude of our government, particularly with higher education, is to move away from paper declaration of campuses to investing in infrastructure ahead of the establishment of it. So President Mahama has constituted the Amuakun Nuama Committee, which is looking at expanding public universities across the country. It will advise the president and the ministry as to where a particular university and for what purpose should be located. We are considering establishing the Faculty of Pharmacology in Keita in the Volta region. So our attitude will be to send infrastructure to Keita so that we can have a Faculty of Pharmacology. You didn't do it, we'll do it for them. Thank you, Mr.
Belware, yes. Thomas.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker.
Any supplementary question?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Okay.
I thank the Honorable Minister, but all what he referred to, is about Ho. That's a campus, the main campus in Ho. But I'm referring to Hohwe campus. That's a satellite campus of UHAS in Hohwe. Currently, we have a structure on their new site, and the old site, they are just using, Honorable Minister, just 3 classroom blocks. No, not even 3 classroom blocks, 3 classrooms that the entire university is using with a population of 3,200 students. And we have a new campus that is up to about 70% complete. And that's where the question is being asked, not the whole campus, Mr. Speaker.
Very well. Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Member is very right. Let me focus on Hohoi. At my visit to the school, a slide was presented to me. Work was around 54% complete. We'll get fund to prioritize it and ensure its early completion. I thank you.
Well. I hope, Thomas, you're okay now. You want, or you still have supplementary questions?
Almost.
Okay, let's see.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to know from the minister if there is a dedicated source of fund for the Hohwe UHAS campus. Because anytime I go to Fodome, where the school is located, the question the Paramount Chief, asks is whether there is a dedicated, because Get Fund is struggling to complete the school they started in 2013. So we would like to know from the minister if there is a dedicated fund for completion of the UHAS.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, UHAS will receive its fair share of infrastructure through dedicated investment from the GET Fund. It is receiving favorable response from the GET Fund. I was with the Lady Vice Chancellor at a ceremony day before yesterday, and we've had some conversations how to assist her. Mr. Speaker, because of the IMF program, it was difficult for government to source commercial or non-concessionary financing. Part of this university was developed with some Chinese government support. We are seeking to renew that and see what that can do to help the infrastructure. But honorable colleague, be assured that GET Fund will ensure the completion of the Keita. It's not just Hohoi. I was shown 2 areas where work was 54% and then 69% complete. I instructed the council to liaise with me and we'll GET Fund so the contractor will be returned to site. Be assured. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We now move to Takwan Shuayim from Hohoi. So, Honorable Issa Salufu Taylor, you have the floor now on question 539.
Thank you, the right Honorable Speaker. I rise to ask the Minister of Education how the ministry is addressing the persistent teacher shortages, particularly in rural and mining constituencies such as Takwa and Swahib. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, let me thank the Honorable Issa Salifu. The Ghana Education Service, the GS teacher deployment norms and guidelines ensure equitable distribution of teachers for purpose of improved quality education delivery and to promote efficient utilization of human resources across the country. The teacher deployment is guided by principles of equity, need-based allocation, efficiency, and professional relevance. Deployment decisions are based on approved vacancies, staffing gaps, enrollment levels, curriculum demands, and teacher qualification and subject specialization. The norms prioritize schools with critical shortages, especially in rural and deprived communities, and focuses on subject areas such as mathematics, ICT, STEM, French, and special education. Teacher allocation also considers approved pupil-teacher ratios, school structure, workload, and timelines demands to ensure balanced staffing across the country. Takwa and Suayem is located in the Takwa and Suayem municipality of the Western region. The constituency has a total of 237 schools comprising of 49 KG, 92 primary schools, 96 junior high school, and a total of 1,078 teachers have been deployed in the constituency. Mr. Speaker, as I reported to this House, our needs across the country will be to recruit up to 50,000 teachers if we are to meet the minimum requirement. I have financial clearance for the recruitment of 7,000 teachers. That is in the process. And Mr. Speaker, those categories that we are recruiting will begin work on the 1st of July. I'll be happy to look at the Takwan UAM case together with Sanguli, which is also deprived, Sola in the Savannah area, and then Buaku into the Western North area. So in these applications, we've created room for those deprived regions and districts, but I will do per the clearance that is available to the ministry and the GS. In total, we'll be recruiting plus tertiary education from 1st of July, we should be recruiting 10,000 more, 7,000 teachers, and then a category for non-teaching staff, which will be about 1,000. And then we reserve the other one for the faculty of the universities across the country. We've given some numbers to technical universities, and then to the universities have also gotten some minimum numbers to beef up their faculties. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Supplementary question. Mr. Speaker. I wish to ask a supplementary question.
Can you allow me to finish with the owner of the question before I come to you? Yes. Honorable Taylor.
Mr. Speaker, I thank the Honorable Minister for the response. Could the Minister kindly indicate whether Takwan Soyem constituency has been identified as a beneficiary under the planned recruitment of 7,000 teachers, and what criteria will be used in allocating these teachers to constituencies? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, earlier on, the issue of constituency specific came to the fore. Now, when you look at this particular question, even though the question is coming from Takwan Suayim, you can see that it has a wider scope. So I will allow other people who are also interested or desirous or having an issue regarding teachers in their district, I will also take those questions from them. So, Honorable Member for Fantiakwa
South.
Fantiakwa South, let's hear you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wish to ask the Minister for Education if he would consider supporting myself and my district director, to speak to the landlords of the teachers In my district, we have 68 teachers who are missing at the basic school. They have been priced out of their households. Rent is now at 700 cedis a month. So we plan to go visit with the landlords and appeal to them that they are performing a patriotic duty, and as such, they should consider them. We wish that someone from the ministry will join us to be able to appeal to these landlords. Thank you.
Very well. That's another dimension, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I have taken note of the honorable member's concern. And Mr. Speaker, currently within government, there is ongoing discussion led by the administrator of the Common Fund. I'm sure it's related to one of the questions I'll be answering today on the Teacher Dabre initiative of President Mahama. We intend to provide for 50,000 housing units across the country. Mr. Speaker, the intention is for the district assemblies to own this. And accordingly, the President constituted a committee chaired by the Minister for Education with the Minister for Local Government. We'll be doing a joint cabinet memorandum with the Honorable Minister for Finance to get this running. The idea is that GSOP, which is the pension fund of the Ministry of Education, can be used adequately as collateral to provide for these houses. What we are looking at, Mr. Speaker, is that we should build housing units which will cost 25 to 30,000 for ownership of the teacher, but with an understanding that they will agree that you can do monthly deduction to service the ownership of it. But as I said, this is currently at discussion stage. We will be meeting with the administrator of the District Assembly Common Fund. I've assured them that GSOP will support it. The government of Ghana will provide some money, 250 to 500 million Ghana cedis for housing dedicated to the Teacher Dabre initiative. But your particular matter is urgent. So let's have a conversation beyond this parliamentary question and answer session, and I'll see what support we can give you. Mr. Speaker, I've taken note of the request of honorable members across the aisle that you do need teachers in your constituencies, and I'm engaging the Honorable Minister for Finance to have some understanding to increase the number of clearance he's given us for teachers so that we can manage some of these legitimate, genuine demands of members. I thank you.
Yes, let me go to Afajeto South. Honorable Frank Afriye.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Speaker, let me use the opportunity to commend the minister for the giant step within a matter of a year and a half for recruiting about 7,000 teachers. I really wish to ask the minister with the greatest respect whether he's able to consider another layer to this whole teacher deficit issue. Speaker, that had to do with the unfair distribution of teachers. Even within one district, there are towns that are very resourceful, so every teacher wants to be in that town. And then there are some other villages that no teacher really wants to. I want to find out from the minister, Jerry. Speaker, I want to find out from the minister if he's in a position to give directive to GES to lessen the requirements for transfer of teachers from one district to another. Indeed, sometimes it takes about a month, 2 or more for a teacher to go for release letter, go for birth cert, go for this and that. If the minister is willing to give directive to GES so that the various district directors can lessen the requirement. Thank you.
Very well.
Mr. Speaker, we are aware of the acute shortage of teachers across the country. The president has some thinking, but is subject to his discussion and conclusion. His view is that when the new decentralization policy is adopted, we may consider adjusting the District Assembly Common Fund under Article 252 upwards from 5% to 7.5%. And the present thinking to decentralize recruitment of teachers is that 1% of that 7.5% should be given to the localized education support division of the assemblies, because he thinks that the assemblies should be those even recruiting teachers and not the headquarters at GES and responsible to them. Then the other 1% in his thinking should go to health. But this is, as I've indicated, is in discussion. But he thinks that even discipline, if a teacher goes wrong, why must he come to headquarters to be disciplined by the GES? So we've taken note of your concern. We'll give those directives. But Mr. Speaker, again, some of these problems are created by our own demands. Members will tell you that I want this person transferred, I want this person moved, I want this secondment to be done. So sometimes it is hard to manage it. But we've taken the particular issue and I engage with honorable members on this matter. As I have said, we have limited clearance for recruitment, but there are sufficient vacancies across the country. Subject to the availability of resources and clearance, we can do more. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes. Let me go to Honorable Yindam. You've spoken, I'll come back, but let me give the to Honorable Yindam first.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. Minister, I'm riding on the back of my colleague. We are looking at teacher redistribution and the bureaucracy involved. You get a teacher from Accra who wants to go back to Bandai. But the bureaucracy of getting the person transferred now is so difficult. Is there a way the ministry can soften this policy for teachers who are willing to move from urban areas to the rural areas to teach? And there are schools now too, teachers are overstaffed. But some places too, teachers are not there at all. Maybe what deliberate policy will you take so that there can be some kind of even redistribution of teachers to our various schools? Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I will direct the Director General of GES accordingly to consider the redistribution of teachers. But the truth also remains that many of the deprived areas remain unattractive, and the concentration is in the urban, peri-urban areas. But I will look at it and see what we can do so that there will be no limitations to those movement, but without compromising their availability. As I said, subject area. For instance, Mr. Speaker, even language. I've had a request from His Royal Highness, the Ghana Chair, about Ghana teachers in Greater Accra region. If you want to encourage the teaching of mother tongue language, then allow them to recruit persons with that background. We are looking at that. So I've taken note of it. I have no hesitation directing the Director General of GES. I'm sure the ministry is taking note. We would go and see if we can revise and adopt a new redistribution policy to address the teacher deficit across the country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes. Let him go to Kita.
Thank you, Speaker. I would like to find out from the minister, for about 4 years ago, the portal for some municipality and district were not open for teachers to be recruited, and we were disadvantaged, especially Keta. Now that the minister is going to do some recruitment, I would like to find from him whether there is a plan to actually amend that so that at the end of the day, equity prevails.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, these processes are done openly and transparently. We opened a portal across the country and in every district. But Mr. Speaker, within 3 to 4 hours, for a vacancy of 7,000, we had over 49,000 applying. I didn't want to have a crisis how to manage the numbers, so we had to immediately close the numbers at 49,000 so that we can pick the best 7,000 of the over 40,000. But we will take note of the concerns of deprived districts across the country and we'll do the redistribution accordingly.
Yes. Let me give it to my teacher, my senior. So you sit down.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I've heard the answers from the minister. At some point, I had an impression that we don't have adequate teachers, that we are in short of teachers. But what he has said so far suggests that the problem is financial, and that there are a lot of teachers that have applied, but the country and our budget is not able to assist or admit all of them. I want to find out from the minister, having realized this problem, what are the steps that as a country we would adopt to clear these qualified teachers who cannot be assimilated into the system? Thank you.
Very well, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, it's largely a function of the management of the compensation budget of the Ministry of Finance and the government of Ghana. GES remains the largest employer in Ghana. We have over 360,000 teachers across the country. So any increase in the number is much against our contribution to the overall compensation budget of government. Our attitude as a country has been to train teachers. So you had UCC, University of Education, Winneba, and the teacher training colleges across the country. Mr. Speaker, for 2023, the batch that completed teacher education training were not recruited. 2024 were not recruited. 2025 not recruited. So you have a huge backlog of trained teachers who are not being engaged because of its implications on the compensation budget. So currently, even the 7,000 that we are discussing, the difficulty is what number of the 2023 batch are you taking? And what number of the 2024 batch are you taking? I'm sure my colleague, the Honorable Fojo, who previously was at the Ministry of Education, went through the same stress I'm going through. You can only proceed when you have financial clearance from the Ministry of Finance to engage and recruit. And as I have announced, a new batch of 7,000 will begin work from the 1st of July. Only yesterday, I engaged the Director General of the GES together with the managers of the portal, the system, to see how we get this process going. Every year you have over 5,000 teachers produced in Ghana, but you don't have the clearance to be able to engage them. But I admit that there is acute shortage of teachers in the country. As I have indicated, our national need and requirement will be to recruit for about 50,000 teachers. I only have clearance for 7,000 and for about 3,000 for the tertiary education space. That we are considering now.
Very well. Yes, my brother, let him hear you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I want to inquire from the Minister regarding riverine communities. When it comes to Pro East, we have a very huge reverend community. And most of these communities, you post teachers around, and within the next minute, they get themselves out of the place. Is it possible to consider the district where the opportunity to be given to the directorate to rather send people to those communities? Because there are people who school there, people who live there, and they want to go back to their people to help them. Can we consider such communities? Thank you very much.
Minister, isn't this a practical solution?
Mr. Speaker, it's the legislations we pass. You pass a legislation which gave the mandate to the GES, which is centralized. You have a Director General of GES sitting in Accra at the headquarters with regional directors across the country. For instance, Free Senior High School. Coordinators were appointed for Free Senior High School. I ordinarily would have thought that this could be provided by regional directors and district directors of education instead of a new bureaucracy. But maybe because it was a major policy decision, government decided to create a secretariat for the Free Senior High School. But for all intents and purposes, that is a mandate of the Director General of the GES and regional and district directors. But we are reviewing it, and at the appropriate time, I'll come and make a major policy announcement to this August House. Mr. Speaker, I've heard the concern of our honorable colleague. As I said, there is new thinking that with an adoption of a new decentralization policy, we should get education and health decentralized so that recruitment is done at the district level, discipline at the district level, but it to be a function of whether they have money to be able to do that. And as I shared with you, the thinking of the president is that adjust common fund to 7%, dedicate 1% to health, the other 1% to education, and ask them to be devolved and decentralized at that area. For us, why will a teacher do some wrong in Nandom and you want to bring him to Accra to subject him to disciplinary proceedings at the GES headquarters? We should get that done at the district level. So maybe we'll consider a possible revision of the GES Act, Mr. Speaker, to respond to these contemporary needs.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honorable Member for Finso North.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to ask the Minister of Education, according